It's become quite the fashion for people to take portable shed buildings and convert them and make all kinds of things out of them, from office buildings, hair salons, camps, she sheds, and even homes. I think in today's culture, with people trying to get debt free and trying to move out of cities into the country, these sheds have become a wonderful option for people. I don't blame them. I would love to have one of these. You know how I love small structures. I would love to have one of these and convert it and make it into a cute, cozy space to live. My sister and brother in law are doing just that right now as a little second home. And they asked us to come today and look at theirs that was being delivered to their property in Mississippi. They just bought a couple of acres, and today their little she shed was being delivered. So Richard and I decided to take the drive, and I love going to Mississippi. If I could live anywhere else besides where I live in Louisiana, I would choose Mississippi all the time. Richard's grandparents are from there. That's where his mom grew up, and we love Mississippi, all parts of it. So when they bought a couple of acres up there, it gives us a reason to go up there a lot now to ride by their place. And then once they get their shed set up, that'll be wonderful. We'll have a place to eat, go to the bathroom, and everything. So we enjoyed it. So their shed got there today about 3 o'clock, and we got there about 5 minutes later. So it had just gotten on the property. And this is their property. They bought 2 acres. They've cleared out a good bit in the front. It had a lot of little cedar trees and things in the front, but they've cleared those out. They've got a good space to work with now, but they still have some wooded areas. Their property goes all the way into those woods over there and comes around. And on the other side of where their shed is going in, there's another wooded area, and that's where their property line is. And it goes back into these woods back here that you see. I'm trying to kind of stay out of the way, yet film at the same time. So I'm going to sneak around here and see what these guys are up to. This truck brought it in on a long trailer a while ago. Looks like they have a second shed there that they're going to be delivering to somebody. This is where those trees were cut. Oh, I'm getting a view of my sister's shed now. I love the color. I think it's precious. Let's get up here closer where we can see a little bit. They've been looking for a while for a shed to get, and they decided to get this one because it came up on the website as someone returning it. It was actually used, so they jumped on it and got a really good deal on it. And this is kind of how it is unloaded and delivered. I thought I'd show you a little bit because it's very interesting how they do this process. They basically have this little hydraulic machine, and they slide it off the end of their trailer, and then they put the little machine up under the shed, and they're able to just move this shed around on the property to wherever you want it. So just these 2 young guys that came today were able to handle this shed, and that just amazes me because it's such a process that I would think would be so complicated, but they make it look very, very easy, and they were very confident and knew what they were doing. And then the little machine, this is what it looks like. He said it's not a forklift. It lifts a different way. I don't know what it's called, but that's the machine that is the magic thing that does all the work. And these 2 young boys really knew what they were doing. They were very confident. I thought I'd show you the other shed that they had on their trailer as well. This one didn't have any windows or any dormers or anything, so in my mind, it was just going to be a regular shed, not a home. But I was talking to one of the young boys, and he said, oh, you'd be surprised. We deliver a lot of them that are just like this, and then people customize them on their own, which makes sense. You see a lot of people put sliding glass doors in these sheds and all kind of things. And this barn style is pretty popular for living in because it has the dormer type roof to where you can fit a loft bed up in like one end of it. You can make a loft and put a bed up there. So it's like having an extra bedroom. Getting a little closer look now at their shed. I really like it. It is a 12 by 20 living area, and then it's got a 4-foot porch on the front. So it's 12 by 24 altogether. And that's not huge, but it's not tiny, tiny either. That's 240 square feet of living area. And with the way I think it's laid out on the inside, I think they'll be able to do a whole lot with it. You have to kind of fit a lot of things in these little buildings, but if you think about it and you plan right and you measure and you're very careful and you just really lay it out in such a way that every little space is used, it can be all you need. It can be very comfortable and all you need. I can't wait to go inside. Oh, it looks like they're getting in their truck. So now we can kind of go inside and see what the interior looks like. Oh, I think this is going to do fine. I like that there's a window on each wall, and I like that the windows are shorter. They're not the big long windows because you lose space when you have those long windows. And then there's another window right up here by the door. I really like that. It's not a loft ceiling, but the ceilings are 8 foot tall, so that's wonderful. There's plenty of height and everything to work with. Wall space is key. The space under these windows, they've got a lot of long wall space around here. And I can see, like, under this window right here, having a little kitchen table with a couple of chairs. That would give you a little dining space to use. And in this front right corner, I can see a kitchen. I'd put cabinets all along here with some counter space, and I'd put a little kitchen sink under that front window right there. I can just kind of visualize that there. But this isn't my house, so I don't really get to design it, but I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm sure whatever she comes up with will work out fine and be just what they need. I also wanted to point out that I like the fact that the door is to the left. Could be to the right either way, as long as it's not in the front, because it's great to be able to have cabinets and all on, like, on either side of this window if you wanted them. If your door was in the middle, you lose so much space. All in all, I love it. I think it's wonderful. It's got so many possibilities, and I'm sure however it comes out, it's going to look great, and it's going to give them a great little place to come relax and get away and spend some time at their property. As we're leaving, I'll show you the rest of their property. It goes to this corner down here at the end, and then it extends a few 100 feet or so back. It's a great piece of property. I think they made a good purchase. I think it's beautiful, and I think their little shed conversion is going to be a great addition to it, and it's going to up the property value a lot. They did good. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. I hope you enjoyed this little venture today that we went to in Mississippi. And if you have any shed conversion stories or you just have any information, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.